The curse that killed everyone who entered this tomb. In 1922, a group of men broke a seal that had not been touched in over 3,000 years. Within months, several of them were dead, and the man who funded the dig had written only weeks before that something inside the tomb felt wrong. This is the story of the most famous curse in human history, and what actually killed the men who opened it. For years, archaeologist Howard Carter had searched the Valley of the Kings for one tomb. Everyone else had given up. The valley was picked clean, every major pharaoh already found, every wall already mapped. Carter refused to stop. He believed one king was still hidden, buried so deep and so well disguised that 3,000 years of looters had walked right past him. His name was Tutankhamun, a boy king, dead before he turned 20, and almost erased from memory. On November 4th, 1922, Carter's men found a step cut into the rock, then another, then a sealed door, untouched, the royal seal still pressed into the plaster. Carter later wrote that his hands were shaking too badly to continue. When he finally broke a small hole in the corner and held a candle to it, he said he saw things that took his breath away. Gold, statues, treasure beyond anything ever found in Egypt. It was the only pharaoh's tomb ever discovered nearly intact, and almost immediately people started talking about a warning. Newspapers reported that an inscription near the entrance read, "Death shall come on swift wings to him who disturbs the peace of the king." Whether that inscription was ever real has been debated for a century, but the story spread fast. And then something happened that made people believe it. Lord Carnarvon, the wealthy financier who paid for the entire excavation, died 7 weeks after the tomb was opened. He had been bitten by a mosquito. The bite became infected, and the infection turned to blood poisoning. He was dead within days. At the exact moment he died, Cairo reportedly suffered a citywide power failure. Back in England, his dog is said to have howled and died the same night. The press exploded. Newspapers ran headlines about the curse of the Pharaohs. Every death connected to the dig, no matter how distant or how many years later, got added to the list. A radiologist who x-rayed the mummy, a visitor who toured the tomb once, even people who had simply written about the discovery. Within a decade, the public had convinced itself that dozens of people connected to Tutankhamun's tomb had died mysteriously. So is it true? Did this tomb actually kill the people who opened it? Here is what the actual record shows. Howard Carter, the man most directly and constantly exposed to the tomb, the one who spent a decade inside it, cataloguing every object by hand, lived another 17 years and died at age 64. If anyone should have been cursed, it was him. He wasn't. Of the people present the day the tomb was actually opened, most lived perfectly ordinary lifespans. Statisticians who studied the supposed curse later found that the average age of death for everyone connected to the excavation was over 70, completely normal for the era. So where did the deaths that did happen actually come from? Modern researchers have a far less dramatic answer. Ancient tombs, sealed for thousands of years, can trap mold spores, toxic bacteria, and ammonia gas released from decomposing organic material. Some scientists have proposed that certain fungi found in sealed tombs, including aspergillus, can cause serious lung infections in people with weakened immune systems. Lord Carnarvon, the one death everyone points to, was already in fragile health before he ever set foot in Egypt. A car accident years earlier had left his lungs permanently damaged. A simple infection that a healthy man would have survived easily was for him fatal. In other words, a wealthy man in poor health caught an infection in a country with mosquitoes and primitive medicine, and a sensational press turned a tragic coincidence into a global legend. And legends, once they take hold, do not let go easily. To this day, people visiting the Cairo Museum ask guides if it is safe to stand near Tutankhamun's mosque. Documentaries still open with that same warning about swift wings and disturbed kings. But the real story is not a curse. It is something almost more remarkable. A boy king, forgotten and buried in secret, survived completely intact for 3,000 years, waiting for one man who refused to stop looking. The treasure that came out of that tomb rewrote what the world understood about ancient Egypt. No curse was needed to make this story unforgettable. The truth already was. If this kind of mystery interests you, there is more buried in this channel waiting to be uncovered. Stay and let me show you what else history tried to bury.